your friends. I don't like your friends, and I'm going to tell you why. When good things happen or bad things happen, you go tell your friends. If you experience some tragedy in your life, you go tell your friends. If you have extra money because you saved 15% on your car insurance by switching to Geico, you go shopping with your friends. If your mom is sick, your friends will want to know. But are your friends really your friends? Here's where we're going to actually answer that. Because I'm not really talking about Sally and Bob and Joe and the guys and girls that you grew up with or the ones you went to undergrad with. Not those guys, right? I'm talking about a special group of friends here. These guys. Now, how many of you would actually consider these guys, anxiety, depression, and fear, to be your friends? Not many of you, right? But truthfully, they are your best friends. You've been hanging out with these guys for a long time. I'm here to tell you that crap has got to stop right now. When something good happens, you have this internal conversation. And a lot of times we think, oh, I said to myself, but then there's some level of response. Maybe not an out loud, vibrant response, but there's some level of response in your head, and it's not necessarily favorable. Anxiety may say, oh, no, we're not doing that. Depression says, you're not good enough. You're not going to make it. That's not for you. That's not your niche. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Why would you want to hang out with people who say these things to you? Why would you want to make friends with people who do not encourage you to be your best self? There are some way cooler friends out there, guys, and it's okay to let go of these guys. I have these new friends, and I want to tell you about them. Their joy, success, and wealth, right? And the way that I got rid of these guys, because I threw them all the way in the trash, was I first acknowledged it. I called it by its name, right? This is anxiety. This is depression. This is fear. These three friends, guys, homies, they are not serving me none whatsoever. They're stopping me from living my best life. They're stopping me from doing the things that really matter to me. They're stopping me from actually pushing and propelling myself into my wildest dreams. I had to call it by its name. I had to acknowledge it. Next, I embraced the power in acknowledging it. I said to myself, now that I know what it is, I can combat it. I can go see a therapist now. I can make the strides that are necessary to change the way that I think and the way that I view these particular outcomes, these particular situations, anything that I'm kind of thrown into. Now I have power that was always in me to actually approach it differently. And then finally, you want to just change your friends. You know, you don't have to hang out with these guys anymore. You don't have to listen to this conversation anymore. This no longer has to be a part of you. It no longer has to be the way that you see your future or your next 6 months or the next few things that you are going to engage in. It doesn't have to be. And so you make that change. And it's a real change. And then we have joy, success, and wealth. So if we have the same conversation, we're getting ready to do something humongous, right? Because that's a word. Something humongous, and we have this conversation with depression. And depression says, don't do that because you're not good enough. You're not going to make it. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough time, resources. Don't do that. Let's say it was a small business that you were going to open. Would you have opened the small business? Absolutely not. I'll answer for you. Nope, not at all. But if you have the same conversation with success is going to say, hell yeah. Do it. Do it right now. And if you don't do it right now, you are absolutely nuts. Joy is going to jump for joy for you. Joy is going to root you on. Wealth is like, we can find the money. There are lenders. We got grants. Like, wealth is resourceful, y'all. So they are like working together to really propel you to the next level. Why would I want to hang out with somebody to tell me not to do something awesome? I'm telling you to do something awesome. I'm sure you want to hang out with me. I'll give you a little story, and then I'll be out of your way. A few years ago, I went ahead and pursued one of my lifelong dreams of becoming a bodybuilder. And I was just fascinated by those velvet bathing suits. Sincerely, I thought they were the coolest things. So I went through, listen you guys, if anybody in here has ever pursued that passion, you are awesome. The training, the time, the food, little that you're eating during that period of time, it is so grueling. It's a very rigorous period of time. I mean, there's 52 weeks in the year, about 12 weeks, I'm eating like a bird, and I'm going to the gym 5,000 times a day, and I'm sweating buckets. And then the other 40 weeks, I'm like, cupcakes, Snickers, give me that. So when I went through this entire process, I went through a ton of emotions, I guess as women do, of course. And what was very interesting was that I had the conversations with anxiety and depression and fear. Depression told me that I wasn't good enough. Depression compared me to all of the other women who had come before me, who had competed, who had Jesus abs. And they had these really beautiful quads, like Christy's quads, okay? I don't know if you guys saw Christy's quads, okay? Anxiety and depression and fear told me, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. But then I talked to Joy, and Joy said, you're going to have so much fun at that show. I talked to Success, and Success told me, you're going to be so supported at this show. You're doing something that many people wish they could do. And Wealth said, if you do really, really good, we can make some money. So I went ahead and did it. And this was the outcome. Had I listened to that first group of friends, I wouldn't have won those trophies. I wouldn't have eaten a lot of salads and not enough Snickers. And I wouldn't have been proud of this. And I say all of that to say that you guys can do it too. You can take those 3 steps, acknowledge it, embrace your power, and change your friends. And the next thing you know, you'll have Jesus abs. No, you'll have some really cool friends.